Hi, my name is Andrea Lingle, and this is Writing Practice. I'm glad you're here. This is the final installment, writing practice that goes with Encircled by Love, the Incarnational Study Series that is hosted by Missional Wisdom Foundation. So this is 7, and so you've made it. That's great. What we're going to talk about today is something that I talk about a lot because I think about it a lot. And the question is, are you allowed to write? There's a lot of mystique about being a writer. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I couldn't call myself a writer. Well, then don't, but write. Call yourself a person who writes. Do whatever it takes, but don't let that label get in the way, because what we're doing here is not about something fancy or self-promoting. What we're doing here is we're finding out what's underneath the surface, what you can't get to. Writing for me is a way to find out the truth about myself when the self is sort of a thing that's hard to pin down. It's here and there, and it's never the same twice. And maybe one day you wake up and you're just so with it and together, and you're knocking things out, and you're just the most productive human. And then the next day you're just scrolling and laying on the couch. Are those both you? How about the you that looks at the world and thinks beautiful, and the you that looks at the world and thinks sad? Are those both you? Sometimes it's almost impossible to get a real objective view of yourself. But in writing, you can kind of step back because there's a medium between you and yourself. And you can do all the projection you want. You can just put yourself out there on the page, and you can investigate. One of the most helpful questions is, what am I looking at? What am I noticing? What am I not noticing? And then you can mine down and find out what it is that the you that you're riding around in is noticing. Another really great prompt for finding out stuff like that is my favorite, what my shoes say about me, because I could write that every day and have a different response. Another really good one is writing about something that brings up a memory for you, like everything that I know about mashed potatoes. Seems like a silly prompt, but you could write that prompt and talk about your grandparents, or talk about your going to the buffet as a kid and always getting mashed potatoes but no gravy, and being pretty upset if they were instant mashed potatoes, because potatoes aren't supposed to be instant. Or making a list. You know how much I love lists. These things can help you get closer to seeing yourself. And then when you go back and you look and you find something that surprises you, you'll find that your practice has brought you closer to the truth of who you are. All right, so paper, pen, turn it the right way. At the top of your page, I want you to write, they said I was wrong, but. Now, for this assignment, even though we just talked about getting, to the core of ourselves, I want you to write about something completely fictional. So they said I was wrong, but, and then make up a story. They said I was wrong, but I really like eating pizza upside down, or whatever it is. And then come up with a convincing argument why, in 5 minutes of writing practice. Write as fast as you can. And the point of doing this is to get past the critic that says you shouldn't be writing about yourself, or the critic that says you shouldn't be writing, just write something ridiculous, and find that at the end of it, you may find that there's just a little bit of lift in your step. And then when you sit down to practice with any of those prompts that I gave you, you can just tell the voice that says, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, say, well, but I enjoy it. Doesn't have to be great. I'm having fun. All right, 3 to 5 minutes. Let's have fun.